I have a question for you.
What?
Serious question.
No, what is going on?
Can we have more babies? I mean, it would be perfect. Just give me one more at least, you know what I mean?
So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. The more we pay attention to Russell Wilson, the more we realize that he's just a man who feels like he's found the one. But Russell's interaction with the woman is never gonna bode well for him long term. He's still in the league now. He's still a superstar athlete now. The problem with most men is you don't know what's gonna happen when you run into some adversity with your woman. And I say this, of course Ciara is going to enjoy this. Every woman enjoys being catered to. That's why women post so much on social media. They enjoy validation. Even Russ, with everything he does, he is not enough to give Ciara all of the validation she needs. And that's why women post pictures on Instagram and other sites, but mainly IG.
Makes me really nervous.
I do.
So yes, you do. For some reason, I don't know. I mean, I kind of know why, but I don't know. I always feel so vulnerable when I'm with you in this setting, but...
Well, I do know everything about you, first of all. And second of all, I want to make you more nervous right now. You guys want me to make her more nervous?
No, we don't. No, why?
Well, I have a question for you.
What?
Serious question.
No, what is going on?
Can we have more babies? I mean, it would be perfect. Just give me one more at least, you know what I mean? Is that a yes?
We definitely can. We got a little time before we get there.
Oh, come on. All right.
So silly. I was like, what? I mean, we already been there before, you know what I'm saying?
When a woman says you make her nervous, there's two kinds of nervous. There's the beta male nervous, which she's hoping that you don't embarrass her with any nerdy quirkiness. And then there's the alpha nervousness, where she hopes you don't say something that you know will have her hot and bothered, especially on camera. Now, when you hear the way Russell asks this, it's not even something that a man should ask. It's something that a man should put on a woman's mind. Now, I'm not necessarily saying you have to say,
hey, we're gonna have a baby right now. Now it's time to have a baby. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna swell your belly out right now. You're gonna have a baby right now. I don't care what you say. I don't care about your career. Your career, I make all the money anyway. You're gonna go ahead and have this baby right now.
I'm not saying you should say that, but let me tell you how I would have said it. First thing, I would have got in her ear and I would have said,
girl, let me tell you something. That thing right here over, girl, you looking good, smelling good. When that thing go right here, man, I'm gonna take you right back there and bend you over, man, and bust all in that.
That's what I would have told her. And she would have been sitting there hot and bothered. Then I would have came away from her and said, oh, my bad, y'all need to hear this too, don't it? My shawty looking good, ain't she? Girl, you looking good. And she smell good too. I don't know if y'all can, man, but she smell good, look good. Man, she's sexy. But let me tell you, I'm gonna take you back there and tell yo, oh, my bad, this is a family show, right? Oh, my bad. I would have put her on the spot like that. That way, you got her sitting there, she can't wait till you get her backstage. But this way, the guy's trying too hard to be Mr. Nice Guy. Because I just can't believe this is the way that he interacts with this woman on a daily basis.
Can I have one more baby? Can you give me another baby? Come on, just this, it would be perfect. Just give me one more.
And when she responds, the guy says,
Aw,
man, that's, come on, bruh. Man, that's beta male silman Johnny energy to your woman. That ain't how no man interact with no woman. Of course, women gonna like it. Because all women think that love is about catering to them. They believe that a successful relationship is about the way a man makes them feel and nothing else. They don't care about nothing else. They just care about what they feel. And so they put themselves in Ciara's shoes, but the majority of these women don't even take care of themselves like Ciara does. So when she says Russ is making her nervous, no, it's not the kind of nervous that I would want to make a woman. You got to remember, Russ admitted that he wanted Ciara because of the way she moved her body in her music videos and performances. He's entranced by her. Like, this is a relationship that was initially built on lust, not love. Russ wanted this woman. He wanted to see this woman, man. He probably used to fantasize about this woman and use Mama Palmer and her 5 daughters. And you got to think about that, man. So this is a man who has worshiped this woman before he even got her. And so it shows when he does these things, but there's a certain way you interact with your woman, man. No matter how great you think she is, there is a certain way that you must interact with your woman in order to have a successful relationship. And many of these men just don't understand what that means. You got to keep in mind, if a woman is your fantasy, you will take her even when she's not in that fantasy state anymore. That's how a man who's in high school and he wants this woman, then he's in college and he wants the woman and he can never get her. Then after she goes off and marries someone, ends up with a child or 2 or 3, then she comes back. She's not nearly as beautiful as she was. All those pregnancies have taken a toll on her body. We know that happens. And then she comes back and all you see in her is the woman she used to be because she's always been your fantasy. That's the thing about fantasies. It's always a fantasy until you live it, until you fulfill it. And you can't see the fulfillment of the fantasy until you actually live the fulfillment of the fantasy. And Russell is living the fulfillment of a fantasy right now. And of course, every woman wants to be pedestalized. It's hard for a woman to turn down being pedestalized by a broke man. She's been pedestalized by a millionaire. So of course, she's going to do whatever is necessary to keep this man pandering to her and catering to her and doing these things. But this is not going to end well because eventually a woman gets fed up with a man who is just about pandering to her. And she wants a man who understands his position of dominance in the relationship. And Russ just doesn't seem like that guy. It's kind of just like Steve Harvey. When he got the dream girl, he'll do anything to keep her. When you have a dream girl, she's your fantasy. When you get her, you don't want to lose that fantasy. But that's with a woman too. You don't want to lose that fantasy. So there's certain women there's a woman out there somewhere who can meet BOA and would do everything I want her to be because BOA is the man that she dreamt about since as far back she can remember. When she saw BOA, she was like, that's him. That's what all of us have that woman. And so you got to understand that for Russell Wilson, Ciara is that woman. So he's going to do some of these beta male interactions. And he's going to do some of these simp things that none of us would ever even consider doing, just like Steve Harvey does. But the real deal is that when you get to the point where you can't think for yourself, that's when it becomes damaging. When somebody can write a script for you to read, and no matter how lame or corny it is, you read it. When somebody can give you instructions to go somewhere, and no matter how weird and out of place you'll be, you go. It's kind of like showing up at that Drake party, knowing Future was going to be there. It just proves that you do whatever a woman wants you to do. Remember this? You got to remember, man, Russ is her biggest fan. And we know how that goes. If you treat her like a fan, she'll be your superstar and treat you like a groupie. And when you think about that, man, that means that you'll go along with anything because you're just so entranced. You are in a trance, man. This woman has you in a situation where there's nothing you can do to overcome your desire for her, overcome your fear that she'll leave. And so you'll do whatever. She can have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 children. It don't matter. You'll still be with her. And the bottom line is that makes no sense. It makes no sense for a man to be in a situation like that and then it to be perpetuated online and in life like this is the way it's supposed to be. And so this is another thing that kind of ruins the prospects of being in a marriage with a modern woman, especially in the United States, because they live in a fantasy world and a woman thinks she doesn't take care of herself at all. She doesn't do any of the things that Ciara does. She doesn't have the reach, doesn't have the fame, doesn't have the notoriety, doesn't have any of those things, but mainly doesn't take care of herself and make sure she stays in phenomenal shape. She believes that she can have this same thing and she's looking for it. And these are the type of demands that a woman will place on you in a relationship. I mean, a woman who knows she doesn't take care of herself, a woman who knows she doesn't eat right, a woman who knows she doesn't have a sweet disposition, a woman who knows she has some emotional scars from past relationships and past interactions with men or women or other people or just family history. Then she comes and she wants to place these type of demands. Well, I want a man who does what Russell Wilson does. Well, I say, well, I'll do that if I meet a woman that's built like Ciara is. Let me see you. Come turn around and pose for me. I don't know about that. But this is the thing. Women always look at what other women have, but they never look at what the other woman is. If you want what a woman has, you have to become what that woman is. It's the same thing with us as men. We know it. We know if you want the lifestyle that man has, you have to become the type of hustler and grinder and businessman that that man is. You have to start taking care of your money and managing things the proper way like that man does. You have to do away with this need to always be fulfilled by the presence of women in your life like that man does. You have to not have a social life for a while like that man does. You have to make sure that when you meet a woman, you tell her that, hey, I will never put my career second to you. I will never put my money second to you like that man does. Otherwise, don't expect the result that someone gets if you're not willing to put in the work that they put in. It makes no sense. And you're never going to find any level of success if that's the way you want to go about it. And I say this in closing this one out, man. It's okay to have the woman of your dreams. But you got to remember that she's the woman of your dreams, you're the man of your dreams. And so you always got to put yourself on a higher level than you put the woman. And here again is Russell Wilson proving that he's not going to do that. And I don't have a problem with what he does. I don't care. But I do care about this being perpetuated to men out there, that this is how you're supposed to be with a woman. And then you got these beta male cell manginas, man, in this space and other spaces telling men exactly the same thing. This is what you do. This is how you cater to a woman. But that's what Derrick Jackson used to say. Saw what happened with him and his woman. All of this is smoke and mirrors, man. This is not real. So I don't want you men to believe that this thing you see with Russell Wilson, that it's all gravy and he gets all love and all that at home and all of that. Man, let me tell you something. The reality of the scenario is this. His woman is always doing it for the gram. He may be present sometime, but she ain't doing it for him. She's doing it for the gram. Because doing it for him would be behind closed doors. Doing it for the gram, we know what that looks like. Never pedestalize a woman above yourself, because you got to come first in your life. If she's the woman of your dreams, you better just remember that you're the man of hers. And you better live your life that way. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her